All right, good morning. This is the ugly dart build series. I have this dart. I want to do the body work on it, and it's wet this morning. It's cold, but what I'm going to do is just do some wet sanding here since it's already wet. Fill up a couple hours in the morning. Stuff that I've done looks pretty good. I missed all this section up here in the front, so we got to fix all that. We got the inside door jamb still to fix. We've already welded and fixed this stuff. Best we're going to fix it, clean that up a little bit, and just sand over it. That's going to be good enough. Nobody going to nitpick the stuff. Just didn't get painted very well, so it rusted. We are going to take the windows out, but we're going to do that very last, and then fix around the windows and put new windows in it. This side, man, I'm cold. I gotta go put another layer on. We gotta fix that, but that's looking pretty good. Bondo, but we're not going to Bondo yet. It's too cold for Bondoing. It has to warm up. So basically we're going to get our sander out and wet sand this for an hour or so till it warms up. The sun shines up and out, but just not here where I'm working. All right, it's about 40 something degrees, so I'm super bundled up. I'm going to do some wet sanding, a short example of wet sanding. Basically, you have this flat sanding thing, and then you got something that's a little bit longer to do flat surfaces. That's fine if the surfaces are flat, but if they got curves to them, you can't use, this would be better than the board because it's got a little more flex to it. Like this is a pretty straight edge, but this is going to expose your spots that don't look good. So you got to use a lot of water. That's why it's called wet sanding. And you got to get the stuff off your paper. Just blast that off of there. And keep this wet. Basically, I'm trying to work this Bondo area. So let me bring the camera back over here. I'll kind of show you. Here, let me expose a few more. That's the curved area, so let's try to do it. What this does is try to take stuff off the highs. I don't know what's going on with my hose here. Get in closer so you can kind of see what I'm doing there. See, that thing takes off the highs, takes off the high areas, so we want to just keep working that a little bit, but that's showing that it's looking pretty good. Same with all of this, it's taking off high spots and leaving the low spots, taking off high spots. That's all I'm really going to show for wet sanding, and show you that if your car's wet and it's outside, you can find things to do. Might as well wet sand, the car's already wet. Okay, this was all my hard work from last weekend, and I am super happy with that. I sanded with 200 grit, and you can see that's my highs and my lows. So that's pretty good. Once you put some paint on that sucker and sand it again with some 400, that's 220. Once you sand that again with 400, that's going to be pretty good. So for a home amateur job, I'm really pleased with that. Try to cut some of the edges a little more square, but that is pretty good. So let's move on to the other side. This is stuff we're going to have to fix. And I can see that's pretty bad. We're gonna have to Bondo that spot, put a layer, build that up. We'll mark it and fix it later. All right, been out here an hour or so. Got the wheels off. This was pretty scruff. Got to get underneath there, so I need to maybe put some power to those windshield wipers, move them, take them off, something. It's already drying up. Again, took the wheels off. I want to fix a few things in here to spot Bondo over those. I saw a spot right there. Need to fix all this stuff. I really got to fix here. Too much Bondo and height, so hopefully we can make that look a little better and take up the gap. So something went wrong. And got to finish this area here and here. Got to fix this. I want to build that up across there. Some holes came through, so we got to sand that. This has got to be a little bit better. Put a second coat on that. Saw a spot right here in the door that I want to fill in. Other than that, looking pretty good. I want to clean that up just a tiny bit, and that I'm not really going to do anything to that. I'm just going to spray some undercoating like that. Oh, missed a spot there. Got to do the hood. Still got to put another spot on that. So we got our work cut out for us today, and oh, this was pretty rusty. So we're going to put a skim of Bondo on there, but that's looking pretty dry. But I will scuff everything with 80 grit before I Bondo. I'll just scuff these real quick, and we'll get it another batch of Bondo on there. I'm going to go do the gas tank next, so we can while this is drying down here, it's all wet and gross, drying up, let it finish drying. I'll go mess with that gas tank for an hour, come back. Okay, this is day 2. I'm really unmotivated this morning. Tired. I got 220 grit. We'll take advantage of it being wet again this morning. Yesterday I did that one. Really not much more to do on that one. Did this one that I talked about. Looks pretty good. I got in here and I redid that spots. And I'm just going to undercoat those. Grind that a little better, just going to undercoat over that. I did the door. I did a total of 18 spots. I touched that up a little better. Did that edge, sanded that spot. This spot's just been murder up in there. I had to put some hardener kitty hair Bondo up in there so it turns more like fiberglass. Redid that, did the spots in the trunk, did these 2 spots on both sides, did a little bit more work on this, but I'm not too worried about it because I'm going to take the window out. Redid this spot again, did the kitty hair up inside there, have to sand that better. Redid this spot with the kitty hair, the door just like the other side. That needs to be sanded a little better, but this was missing kitty hair on it. So then we have this big spot up here at the door, those 2 spots, and up inside there, still missing a little spot right there, but I'm not gonna go back and redo it today. So my goal is to black primer this, so I'm gonna go ahead and sand all this section and get the real black primer and spray a coat of that, because I'm out of can primer, so I might as well just put some better primer on it. So I'm going to sand all this with 220 and get it prepped for priming. Okay, I took these wipers off. In order to get the wipers off, you have to, yeah, can't hold it. Anyway, you got to bend this up. See if I can do it this way. Gotta like pull that up like that, and then pull this thing out, and that kind of rests on there. Luckily, I put anti-seize on these the last time, so they were easy to get off. And then when you put them back in, you just put that back over there once you lift that thing back up. Okay, it's 10 o'clock, been out here about 2 hours. I think I sanded the roof, sanded the sail panels, sanded these sides. I missed that spot, but we'll work that next time. I tried to redo all of that section, tried to sand those spots down in there. I did the trunk, which is over there, and then we did this side. As you can see, this is 3 cars. I have the doors and front fenders from one car. This is the main car, the $800 car. That's one of the 4-door darts that I'd purchased. So we're going to paint the front cowl, a little primer on that down there, and the roof, and the back quarters, and the trunk lid. So that's what we're going to paint, but I gotta running out of time. You can see that the sunshine is about to come over the house, so I need to be painting this 1 o'clock. Well, as you can see, it takes, I don't know if you can see that, I can't even see it, the 2 tones where the Bondo and the color are. I see that it's got where it dried, that's like a dryness, and there it like lifted some of the primer underneath, maybe, or it just didn't get sanded good enough. I see a lot of little spots like here that need, even if you're not, you're gonna have to sand that with before you paint it. So it is what it is. Look how bad, that's why I couldn't take time to do all that yet. Just try to get a coat of consistent primer sealer on here, and we can sand this down and put a second coat on. I'm gonna put the trunk lid back on. Still got rework there, got a hole there. Look at how bad this is. This didn't come out good at all. So missing a spot there, dent there, so you can really see some of these spots. Looks crappy right there, there. Gonna have to fix all those, but it's getting better. That's it for body work for now. I'm just gonna put the wipers back on it. Actually, I'll do that later, and we'll clean these windows up so we can go. That's how long it's been sitting, so we can go get it inspected and registered and tagged. All right, that's what it looks like with the thing, with the wheels and tires, but it looks like it's sitting high since those tires don't have so much tread, but it's not on level ground. This driveway slopes up, so reality it might look more something like that, but it looks funny sitting here, and you have to get it on level ground to see if it's sitting high. But I would lower that. My thinking was I wanted to get the same size tires as the back, but that would actually probably raise that up even more. But I think the alignment guy did that. I think I had them lowered and he raised them up, so I may lower them down a couple turns each side.